Three things I like about whiskey is the luxury, the history, and the generosity. Stick around to find out more. Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of Nonsense Whisky Reviews. My name's Vin PF, and this week we're going to be checking out the Glengoyne 10 years. Before we get into that, I just want to talk a little bit about the generosity, as I said at the beginning of the show. As you may or may not know, this isn't the kind of their standard casing. This is a special edition in aid of the Glasgow School of Art Makintosh Appeal. And this is a kind of artwork from, it's called An Autumn Moon over Glengoyne Distillery by John Lowry Morrison. So yeah, check in the description below. You can check out their charity, and if you fancy giving a little bit of cash to them, why not? Now, the next thing I said is history. I love that every kind of distillery's got their own little story. One of my favourite things I've learned about the Glengoyne distillery is that they are on the main road that divides the lowland and highland portions of Scotland. In fact, the spirit is distilled on one side of the road and stored and matured in casks on the other side of the road. So it's a bit of a contest about whether it's actually a highland or a lowland. Personally, I think it's a little bit irrelevant because these kind of divides have blurred a little bit in modern years. A good example is Speyside, typically known for kind of light floral whiskies, mostly because peat isn't readily available on that side of Scotland, whereas on the other side, Islay, etc., peat is readily available. Now it's easy to transport things around and about, and the worldwide market is obviously wide open, so you can get ingredients from all over the world to improve your range. So where the distillery is actually based is not the be-all and end-all of the final product. Obviously the temperature and things like that, it plays a big part, but like I say, you can mess about with it, do what you want, casks from all over the place, not typical. The final thing I was going on about is luxury, and that brings me on to the latest addition to my videos, which is the Cumbria Crystal. This is the Glassware kind of range design, and as you can see, that is absolutely pure class. Hopefully you get to see some light with that. These glasses are kind of featured on, they're in James Bond, in Casino Royale, and the kind of, not these tumblers, but the rest of the kind of tableware is on Downton Abbey, and a few other things as well. So link below, check them out. Absolutely fantastic handmade products, and as you can see, pure luxury, pure class. Now moving on to the whiskey itself, Glengoyne 10 years, natural colour 40%. This is matured in sherry casks from European and American oak, and a couple of little tasty notes on here are fresh green apples, toffee, and a hint of nuttiness. We shall see. Alright, let's get straight into the nose. Yeah, definitely getting that kind of sugary toffee notes that it was on about. It's very sweet, not very, 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 very sweet, but sweet. It's not sour at all. I'm definitely getting those apples that it was on about as well. Although I wouldn't want to go with green, to be honest. I'd be veering on the side of red, the kind of in-betweeny ones. Not as vicious as kind of pink ladies and things like that, but maybe like galas. Okay. Let's have a taste and see if we can get some of that nuttiness. Yeah, it's there. It's you're definitely getting that toffee through again. Finish is quite short. Once it's gone, it's gone. Leaves a bit of a dry taste after. But it's good, That nuttiness is there. Now, I know some other people go on about this being a kind of very good beginner's whiskey. And while that is perfectly true, this is very acceptable to give to somebody who is looking to get into whiskey. Maybe they only like their supermarket blends, your Bells, things like that, kind of move them on from that. That said, the price is a little high, £30 to £35, so you can get some kind of supermarket single malts for a lot cheaper than that, and why not if you're going to kind of give it to somebody who may or may not like it. But that said, I think this is a perfectly acceptable kind of everyday drinking whiskey. You know, the kind of, it's, although, you know, in our game we do tend to sit down and when I go to tasting, I write stuff down. You know, I smell, I write down, but I don't do that at home. I don't, unless I've got something new, I don't tend to write many notes. So when I'm at home, I like to sit and relax, and this is perfect for that. You know, it's not complex, it's not going to challenge you at all. You can sit there, drink it, enjoy it, get your big old tumbler out, leave your nosing glass in the cupboard, and just relax and enjoy yourself in your own estate. Definitely perfect for that. And I'd be happy to share it out with kind of friends who came round who wanted to try it as well. Not a problem, it's in that right price bracket. You certainly don't want to be getting a £200 bottle of whiskey and letting somebody mix it with their Coke or whatever. But each to their own in their own house. There we go, that's the Glengoyne 10 years. And of course, the Cumbria Crystal Glassware glass. Stunning, that's going to be featuring a lot in my videos. That brings me to the end of the video, so as always, like, comment, subscribe and share. Get involved in Twitter and Facebook, lots of good stuff going on there, and I'll see you again on another No Nonsense Whisky review.